So here we have a Commodore 128D outputting dual monitor mode. There's a 40-column monitor. You can see the exact same thing showing up on the VFD display that's connected via the user port. And then the instruction screen is an 80-column, outputted from the same 128. We also have an Arduino running similar code and powering a VFD display similarly. We have a Commodore 128 standard, not the desktop, 128D. This is actually powering and running code that changes the stoplight. So we'll wait for the stoplight here.
I know. Yeah, it would be so much nicer to
flip to yellow, then it'll flip to red. And you can see the border does the exact same thing as what the LED is doing. And down here, we have a push-button interface to an Arduino. So here we have our Arduino business card receipt printer. Prints out on the dot matrix printer. And we've got a similar project on the Commodore 64C that's on our display. You see it says press any key to print a business card. I'm going to hit a key, and it's going to say press P to print. I'm going to print. And we've got a very similar card that came out of the business card receipt printer. Moving on down the line, we have a +4 setup running a simple one-line basic program to print a maze on the screen. We do a list here. You can see that we have our one-line basic program. There you go. The +4 project, we did not finish the Arduino piece of it, so no need to worry about that. Here we have our LED matrix name badge. I'll let it go through one complete loop so you can see what it says. And that's the large Arduino version of it. And then we've got it running on an SX64 in Commodore Basic. Same exact stuff coming up on that screen. And we also have it running on our C16 here as well. C16 does not have a user port, so we can't put any outputs on it. This guy here is the standard Commodore 64. He's got a user port connection to this crazy nest of wires that lets us, with the joystick, control external inputs. So I'm moving the joystick and turning on and off a 110-volt AC outlet. And we've also got your standard Cylon style, Knight Rider style LED panel that's being controlled by a user port. And we've got a speed control here that we can turn up and down and make it go faster and slower on the LEDs. And we've got the same thing on the Arduino down here. Go faster and slower on these LEDs as well. No worries. We've got a Commodore PET. It's got a couple of cool Arduino projects on it, doing some LED matrix stuff. You can see we have Ferris Bueller's student ID and his records here. And you can see that something's happening with those days that he's been absent. So the whole exhibit is actually a timeline of Commodore, from the Commodore PET, the VIC-20, 64, SX64, the C16, the +4. We have a Commodore C64C, Commodore 128, and a Commodore 128D running dual monitors. And we've actually got a really cool banner as well above the display. So, let's see, interfacing with the Commodore.